Okay, so this is my crew. This is Nolan and Eli. This is my crew member Colt. And this is my helpful assistant Delia. All right, so this is our first Workout Wednesday video. We're going to be going through a quick workout. It should take you between 40 to 50 minutes to complete it, so long as you kind of work through the sets quickly, but it's designed so you're kind of hitting a different muscle group with each exercise. So you should be able to kind of move through it pretty quickly, which will also give you the added benefit of having cardio, all right? So we're going to do 3 sets of exercises, and we'll go through each set 4 times. I'm not going to do the whole sequence with you. I'm just going to show you the moves within each set, and then we'll move on. You want to do between 10 and 15 repetitions of each exercise before you move on to the next one. All right, so our first set of exercises has 4 exercises in this sequence. And you might want to do a quick workout, just some limbering exercises or a 5-minute walk. And we're going to start down on our hands and our knees here, and making sure that our wrists are under our shoulders and that our knees are under our hips. And our first exercise is called the Superman. So we're going to lift out our opposite arm and leg, aha, fully extending our leg and fully extending our arm, and then we're going to switch to the other side. So you want to do between 10 and 15 of those on each arm before you move on to our second exercise of this set, which is going to be a jumping squat. All right? So all you're going to do is squat back and pop right up. You want to make sure that you're sitting back in your heels, you're keeping your chest up, and you're landing kind of up on the balls of your feet. And apparently that's funny. So that should get the cardio going for you. All right, and then quickly you're going to move on after 10 to 15 of those onto the third exercise of this set, which is going to be a rotating sit-up. It can be a crunch if it needs to be, if we're still working up towards a full sit-up. So all you're going to do is sit up and rotate to the left, and sit up and rotate to the right. All right, so we're going to do, again, 10 to 15 of those, and then immediately flipping over for the 4th exercise of the 4th series, which is just going to be a basic push-up. All right, so your shoulders stay right on top of your wrist here, and you're just going to bend and drop your chest down towards the ground. So that's our first set. So you will do that sequence of exercises 4 times through before moving on to the second segment. All right, and our second segment of exercises is just going to start with a walking lunge. So you want to make sure you have a little bit of room to move wherever you're working out. So all you're going to do is walk forward and step together, and walk forward and step together. All right, so we're going to make sure that we do, again, 10 to 15 of those before we move on to our second set of exercises, which is another variation on a push-up. We're going to start standing nice and tall, all right? We roll down, touching out to our toes here. We're going to walk forward, all right? Walking into that plank position. We're going to do a push-up and rotate over to a side plank. And then we're going to do another push-up in the center. Thanks, Eli. And we're going to move on to the second side plank before we walk back up. My assistant quit on me. Touch it with your toes and roll back up. So that is our second exercise of that series. And our third exercise of that series, we're going to be doing a leg drop. So we're coming down, and we're going to drop our feet and pull back up. You have a question, Nolan?
How come Eli's in the video?
That's okay, he can be in the video. All right, so all you're going to do, you lay back, your feet come up, straight, and you're going to drop them straight down towards the floor, and then pull them back up. All right, that's simple. If you need a modifier from that, because you can't keep your low back flush to the mat, you're just going to do that with a bent knee, all right, instead of a straight leg. So those are our 3 exercises for our second series of exercises. Again, 10 to 15 reps each. We're doing that 4 times through. So now we're moving on to our third and final set of exercises, which starts with our tricep dips. This is where the chair comes in. So you're just going to pop yourself off the chair and drop straight down and squeeze as you come up. Your elbows are out behind you. They're not out to the side here. All right, so that is our first exercise of our last series. Our second exercise of our last series is just a plank. All right? Or in cheerleader world, as Delia knows it, what do they call it? Bows and toes, right? So you want to make sure that your shoulders are over your elbows here, and you're pulling those hips up. You don't want to let them drift down too far, but you don't want to be up in this pike position either. And you just want to hold that nice and tight. And our very last exercise of the day here is going to be the Pilates roll-up. So straight arms, straight legs, Nolan. And we're going straight up towards the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. Hi, Eli. All right, so all you're going to do, go through those exercises, 3 of those exercises 4 times, 10 to 15 repetitions each, and then you stretch, and your workout Wednesday is complete. So can we say thank you to the crew, to Delia,
Hello.
to Nolan,